Hi Queens, welcome to episode 3, week 29 of Brain Injured and Bored with me, the person who needs a haircut so desperately. Look how long this is. I feel Amish, but whatever. This week has been crazy. It's been insane. So much has happened and I still haven't unpacked all of it. So I guess I should do that. And I'll do that here. But let's just start out with my head. So my head has been it's been getting worse. I think I've mentioned this, that I haven't been able to really focus on my recovery because of my gallbladder issues, and it's really I'm really feeling the effects of that. I'm not able to do much, I'm not able to concentrate as much, I'm not able to use my eyes as much. I've really taken a few steps back. I feel now like I did when I did in early November. So I've lost at least a month or two of recovery, which really sucks because at the end of December, I was really feeling ready for the next step. I was feeling a lot better. I was doing a lot more. So that really sucks to have fallen that far behind. I've had a lot of eye pain, a lot of tension in my forehead, a lot of just fatigue in my head and in my eyes. I'm going to therapy and I'm still working on it. But one thing that I have been trying to do, and it was really hard, it takes a lot out of me. If I do that, then I can't do anything else that day. That's all I can do is so I listen to audiobooks all day. That's just all I can do. And I don't really like fiction. I think it's stupid. If I'm reading, I want to learn something. You might say I'm just different, I'm a nerd, whatever. And I started reading The Body Keeps the Score because it is a topic that I need to learn from. And I was listening to it and I was like, man, I really wish I could make notes and underline, I don't know, I just wish I could really dive into this material and retain the information and the best I can. So what I decided to do was buy a physical copy of the book and listen to the audiobook. And as I listen to the audiobook, I follow along in the physical copy. And if I hear something that's interesting, or if I want to make a note, from my little pencils here, that's what I'll do. And I can only really do this about maybe 30 minutes at a time, which is about what the length of a chapter is, because the narrator's so slow. Even if I speed it up, he just takes forever. But I think it's good that he's going slow because that gives me time to it makes me go slow and I'm not overdoing it. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. It's been going really well. I really enjoy doing this because it makes me feel like I'm actually using my brain and I'm learning things, and I haven't learned anything in months. So I'm really enjoying this. I have some the problem is though, the books that I would be interested in reading, but the nonfiction books, they don't have audiobooks to them. So I'm gonna have to find some audiobooks that I'm interested in and then buy physical copies. I have a few that I've found, the more popular ones, but I'm really enjoying this. I'm really enjoying doing this process. I feel like I'm in school because I sit on the couch and I'm doing my little underlining, and then Nala's on my lap napping like she used to do. So that's what we're doing. I'm really enjoying it. I'm glad that I have found that I can do this, even though I can't do a lot. It's only 30 minutes in this. I think the audiobook is 16 hours, so it's gonna take me a while. I'm already halfway through, so I got about a week left of doing this, but I really like it. I'm really happy about it. I think it's really good for my brain to do that stimulation. So that's the one good thing that's happened, is I've found that I can do that. Another thing that's happened, it's not necessarily pertaining to my head, it's more of my overall body. Because I haven't been able to move, I haven't been able to walk or exercise or stretch or do anything because of my stomach pain and my gallbladder, my legs hurt so bad. It feels like every single muscle in my legs are just so tense, so tight. I can barely stretch my leg out. It hurts so bad. And I had this problem in the beginning of my injury, probably around September or end of August or so. My legs were literally I couldn't open them sometimes because they just hurt so bad. And I had to get a little tennis ball, and I rolled a little tennis ball on my muscles, which felt really, really nice. But I need to try to figure out a way to stretch without stretching my abdomen, without moving it that much, because that really aggravates my gallbladder and everything. So I'm trying to figure that out. I also need to, I have weak hips because I'm 80, And I typically do hip exercises, and that I had been doing them in December when I was feeling better. But since I haven't been feeling good, it hurts to move, yada, 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 I haven't been doing my hip exercises, and so now my hips are starting to hurt a lot. So I have to figure out some hip exercises I can do. But like my muscles are so, my calves especially, oh my God, they're so tight. So I gotta figure out a way to deal with that because I cannot live like this. I don't want my like fucking legs to fall off. All right, that's the like simple stuff. That's the easy stuff that's happened this week. I have my little, once again, I have my little note card, and I'm conserving paper because I wrote last week on this side, I wrote this week on this side, so we love a sustainable queen. On Friday, as I was going to get tested for COVID because I had been exposed through David, who was exposed by someone we will not talk about, I got a call, so I was in there, like, doing the little COVID test, whatever. I was negative, by the way. I did not have COVID. Thank you to the vaccines for that. I was about to say the vaccine gods, but that's literally just science. That's just fucking science. Anyway, I got a call, or my dad got a call, saying that my GI appointment for today, where I was supposed to find out the results of my test, was canceled. And I was like, bitch, what? Why is this canceled? It is canceled because my gallbladder test that I had last week showed that my gallbladder is rotted and gutted and it is not doing what she needs to do, so she got to come out. And so they're referring me to a surgeon at UT Hospital, and we're supposed to get a call from them about scheduling, and I'm gonna have to have my gallbladder removed. And the nurse said that the person that called from the GI doctor said it'd probably take about, they'll probably get me a date in like the date will be like 2 to 3 weeks out, which is not a lot of time if you think about it. So this week we're waiting on that call to figure out when that is and logistics and everything, but I am scared shitless. Not of the surgery, because I know people who have had the surgery, a lot of people in my family have had the surgery, I've had friends who've had surgery, and it's like not that big of a deal. However, none of them have had this surgery on top of a brain injury. And I am so scared and just confused as to how I'm supposed to handle all this, how I'm supposed to deal with all of it, how I'm supposed to, my brain, like my head always hurts. There's always something wrong. There's always like, it's really hard for me to focus and to talk and to function. And I work really, really hard at it because that's what I'm supposed to do to get better. How am I supposed to do that on top of having a surgery? How am I supposed to manage all this? Also, how can I go under anesthesia? How is that gonna affect all my brains? How can I be on painkillers? That's gonna affect my brain. Like, there are so many questions that I have, and on Friday of this week, I am going to see the sports medicine physician. She's kind of the like ringleader of my brain stuff. She's kind of manages everything because she kind of has a more all-encompassing idea of what's happening. Oh, you can see my little duck pajama pants. Okay. And so I see her on Friday, and I'm gonna have 1,000,004 questions, and hopefully she can ease my anxiety about this whole thing. I just think it's gonna be a really terrible time. I think it's gonna be really painful in my head. It's gonna be a lot for my brain to process, and I'm gonna throw it way back to how I was in like September or August. That's what I'm afraid is gonna happen, which was not, it was a very, very dark time. We don't talk about it. And so I'm really nervous about that. I brought it up with my optometrist when I went to eye therapy yesterday, and he said, I think once you get the gallbladder removed, you will feel so much better because you'll be able to do more, which is like true. I get that part. I know in the long run this is gonna be better, but the immediate recovery, I think it's gonna be really rough. And I'm really scared because I'm already dealing with so much. I'm already going through so much. I already feel like I'm at my breaking point every single day with this head injury, and I have been at my breaking point every single day since July, so for 7 months now. And I just don't understand how I am expected to like, how is one person supposed to handle all this? Do you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm really nervous about it. I've already like, I already like cried it out and like kind of dealt with it that way, and now it's just waiting for the surgery date. There's also an anxiety of, is my gallbladder going to make it to the surgery date? Because we've been in like some code yellow situations in the past week of we might need to go to the ER, we might not. So that's another anxiety as well. And there's just a lot. I'm also worried about how this is going to affect my like overall progress with my head, because I've already been like a month behind because of how bad I've been feeling. I'm scared at how much the surgery and the recovery is gonna push me back even further. And so I've had a really hard time dealing with, I might not make it to my July end goal. It might get pushed back. And that's really hard because I want my life back desperately. And I desperately want to feel better and be better. So that sucks a lot. But yeah. And my list after I wrote gallbladder surgery, it says Mercury in retrograde sucks. This one, Mercury in retrograde, I know it affects Geminis and Virgos the most, but like, come on, give me a break, please. And it's Aquarius season, like, this is doing too much. But yeah, that's how this week went. It's a lot to update, but and as soon as I know the surgery date, then I also made a list. This is the Virgo in me. It's instead of dealing with my feelings and how scared and everything I was, I decided to make a list of tasks that I needed to do. And I'm already like trying to manage all of these tasks. So as soon as I get the surgery, then I have an end date for this. Okay, so my topic today, I don't want to make this too long because I've already talked for such a long time, but I didn't really do much of a topic last time, so I wanted to do one this time. I had a dream last night, and it was not Martin Luther King's speech. I had a dream last night that I made ratatouille, the food, but I put it on top of pasta. And that sounds disgusting to me personally. And then I was thinking, I really want to try Ratatouille, because I love Ratatouille the movie. The topic's Ratatouille, if you can't tell. I love Ratatouille the movie. That movie slaps. Remy is fantastic. I love everything about that movie. Come for me. It is the best Disney movie ever created. I'm not a Disney girl, but like, you just have to respect Ratatouille. Same way as you have to respect Coco, even if you're not into Disney. And I texted this dream idea to David. I said, I had a dream that I made ratatouille on pasta, or on spaghetti. And then I have this dream of going to Paris and taking a walking tour of the French Revolution. And I said, can we eat ratatouille when we're in Paris? And he said, I don't think they even make that there. You don't think that they make ratatouille in Paris? Like probably one of the most iconic French dishes in Paris? And he's stupid for that, but it just got me thinking. Like, if I tried to make ratatouille, or if I ate ratatouille in like a restaurant or something, I don't think I would like it, because I don't like squash or zucchini. I like tomato, I enjoy tomato, but I don't like squash or zucchini. And I think that's what's in, I think it's literally just like slices of squash and zucchini and tomato in like a tomato sauce, and you eat it. And I don't like those ingredients, other than the tomato, like I said. But I still want to eat it, desperately. I desperately want to eat ratatouille. Maybe I just really want to eat anything right now because I'm so hungry, because like I'm on an all liquid diet with my gallbladder and I just want to eat real food. But like, wouldn't that be iconic to go to Paris and eat ratatouille, and maybe you're sitting outside and a little rat scampers by and it's like, this is just like the movie. This is my dream come true. And there's like a little bitch with a black bob on a moped with her little chef pants on. Come on, that's just a dream come true. I would love to do that. I want to watch that movie. For a while, David and I watched that movie like a year or two ago, just randomly. And for the longest time, I'd walk around and pretend I was singing French, but I don't know any French. And so I was just trying to sing in a French accent. He got really annoyed by me doing that. But it was very fun. So, yeah, I want to watch Ratatouille. I shouldn't fidget with the pen when I do that. I want to watch Ratatouille, and I want to eat Ratatouille. Love the movie. Don't think I like the food. But I think I want to like the food because I like the movie. Do you know what I'm saying? We gotta figure this out. So if anyone wants to go to Paris with me in about, what timeline did we say? About 3 years, I think, because the first up on the list of places to go is Brazil, obviously. And then after that was Paris to do the French Revolution walking tour. So if anyone wants to go with me and experience Ratatouille with me, and David, you're welcome to come. So that is my update this week. I will see what happens between today and next Tuesday. Hopefully I'll have a surgery date. Hopefully I don't fucking go to the emergency room and need an emergency ripped out. So yeah. Also, I want to bring David on the channel, and get him to do some goofy stuff. So maybe we'll do that this week as well. Alrighty, well, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Hope you have a good time, and watch a food-related movie for me. That sounds like a reasonable request. Okay, I'm gonna drink my tea and sit in the dark. Goodbye. Are we really doing this again? Holy shit. Hello?